So I'll need to grab the right one and the left one. Alright, so that's uploaded at least, so we should be able to pull that down. And let's see if we can actually create this user report. Finish scanning, total of 1,400 files found. Alright, come on. Give me the user counts. Production, 1493 files found. Alright, failed, cannot allocate memory. Alright. Alright, so our user telemetry stuff is broken because we have more telemetry events from yesterday than we've ever had before. Alright. Well, I will have to fix that. Alright, let's just run this thing and see where it's exploding. Oh, that's for 4 hours. We don't want that. We want 24 hours. Okay, so it blew up after finished scanning. $58. What the fuck? Alright. Okay, so finished scanning, and then we should probably add a line in here for loading telemetry data. So what this thing is doing basically is it's going through everything, trying to load the event files. And the problem is basically that there's just too much data for this thing to actually go through. So pretty much what we should be doing is, I mean, I can just lower the number of hours that we put this together. Really, it's just a bad design. It should be such that it doesn't need every single event forever to be in here. It should be like a create report stream. So pretty much what I need to do is I need to change this to create this client here. I need to pass data into this thing. Okay, so why don't we actually make our intervals? Alright, so our start is minus this stuff. So we're basically going to go through every hour. So why don't we do long cur time equals start. So while cur time is less than end, do all these things. So it's going to be now attempting to read from cur time to this long now end equals cur time plus 1 hour. Okay, so that should go through, and instead of reading every single hour all at once, it's going to read 1 hour at a time going forward in time. and that should basically be a much better way to do it. And we can always, in the future, go even more granular if we really wanted to. So let's see what it does. Alright, so that got through it. So let's take a look at our email. Ah, much better. Very good. Alright, well, with that fixed, that's excellent. I should go to the other reports and do sort of the same thing, shouldn't I? Let's abuse operator overloading. So what I need to do is I need to check all these things out. Come on, just be easier, Perforce. Like, I get it, but if I say save number change list, just make a fucking change list. I don't need to click through 3 dialogues to do that. Well, I mean, I do, but that's only because of you. Okay, so our session report stuff, we need to start doing the same basic things. So start and end needs to work like this. We're gonna need what is this session report creator? me see. I mean, this thing is just making session reports based on this sort of stuff. It's not. Yeah, okay, so it's. Basically, what it needs to do is go through for every event and do that. Where now loading like a specific hour, it'll just go through every hour and then insert, everything that needs to be there. So that'll do that. All right, so the next one would be fill level tick data. So I guess this thing needs to go through for every hour and do the same stuff, but it needs to do this guy here. And what about this heat map generator? What's it got going on? Like create heat map for every level. Get from level tick events prepared, so it's going to grab all the level events. So it's probably going to be a lot less data because it's only level events, so it might still function. Right clicked, you bastard. Well, supposedly that should fix some of that. I'll have to go kick it off. So let me go see. Alright, well, we'll just close that because we don't need it right now. right. So, if we've got that building, let's see how long it's going to take. So, let's see, it's still building. I'll update it. Alright, so the level tick report, let's just, what do we got for this? It's fill level tick data, how many hours do we grab? 24? So why don't I just try 24? Alright, so I think that's gonna work. Alright, it is finished building on the build server, so I can upload everything. I need to add the list to our maps, right? Like, we've got this create level heat map thing, we've got this heat map generator. So the heat map generator tool is going to read in brackensack.json and data operations data, game data brackensack. So I need to check this out. What the fuck is my pending change list, Perforce? Perforce just has to be a pain in the ass, doesn't it? Alright, so this will be the caverns level, right? So I need to actually go get the name of this level. Let's just see if we can actually change that cap value back to a regular thing. Alright, since we checked that in, I'll have to sync that back out there, because that's just how things go. And that's just how it is. You're doing work. You gotta keep your telemetry data stuff running. Data is really valuable. Basically, to tell us if we're doing alright, if we're not doing alright. Because really, what we look at, like, we don't have enough players really to have, because we're not on Steam, we're not on like a big blah thing. We're very early access, pretty much. But you can kind of take that data and extrapolate. Well, if we were in a larger market, how would things work? And it's really helpful that way. Alright, so supposedly our operations is there, so let's do our fill level tick data. See what we got going on here. Why am I not seeing loading our blah? What the fuck? Oh yeah, because I didn't sync down the tools. Alright. I'm just in a frustrated mood today, I think. There's just too much to do. What the hell? Invalid maximum heap size 1.5 Gs. Jesus Christ, I can't do 1.5 G. Come on, Perforce, new change list. We clicked it. We clicked the fucking button. Apparently you gotta click it twice. That's so dumb that you can't specify 1.5 Gs or something like that, and that it doesn't just automatically convert that into megabytes. It's current year, we should be able to support multiple values. Alright, well, just gotta upload things. And this is pretty much how it works with online systems. Basically what happens is you have a certain amount of overhead, and if things continue to work properly as they're supposed to, everything's fine. But as soon as the amount of overhead for the online system gets to be a certain point, you end up being unable to work on the game anymore because you're just fixing crap all the time. So it's really important with online systems to keep everything as absolutely stable as possible, because then you don't basically get behind the wave of development, as I usually put it. Because the wave is kind of, if you stay behind it, you're like fighting up over the wave, and that's not good. You want the wave to push you along, so like new good tools make you better and faster, as opposed to the regret of not having good tools making your life hell. Alright, well, the level tick data appears to be chucking chugging along. It's doing its thing. Alright, so I need this new record crap here. And we'll see. Well, we also want our new level heat map, and we'll see what that heat map looks like. Alright, so if we go to this result tier, let's see, we've got our mission completion stuff. We have completed locked, best tier, best stat, best duration. Do we ever use our best stat? No. Where is the completion tier object? Oh, come on. That's an enum. Guess it's get value for condition or get name for condition. So it's going to be the condition that we want. Alright, so we'll have the ranked condition. We'll have the best stat. Best duration. And we'll have what's record. I guess we should have cur stat. And cur duration. And that telemetry thing is just going to keep chugging along. It's got a lot of stuff to read in. Alright, so we're going to need our cur stat, our cur duration, and we're going to need our ranked condition. Stage completion also needs a name here. Alright, it's on hour 21. We just have a lot more telemetry data now. I think it has to do with a lot of the bots or something like that, where we actually have, you know, stuff going on. I should actually check on that that database, the test database. Let's go take a look at what it's got rolling around. Let's go to our dashboard. So let's see. Its client connection limit is fine. It's actually looking just fine. Table cache efficiency, yeah. Server status. Let's see, server status is fine. Traffic is fine. Writes per second, lots. Everything looks okay. Alright, so if we go to fill level tick data, kicked off our create heat map report. We'll see if it can actually do it. So we need to add the data here to our object so we can actually figure out what our mission completion data is. So I think that's in our Dashkin game data. I opened missions. Whoops. Alright, so we got best stat here. So we've got right after locked. Alright, so I got that, and we'll also need the ranked condition. Alright, so it looked like it got through the ball hit for sunny day. It's going through player hits now. Alright, we got ranked condition, cur stat, cur duration, then we have best tier, best stat, best duration, cutscene completion, and then stage completions. Come on, what the fuck, Visual Studio? Like, why you do this? Why you just like randomly stop being a text editor? Like, I have no plugins installed. Alright, so the next one is gonna be convert to mission completion, so alright, so that'll be the rank condition there, and then we need the stage completion. Alright, so that should compile. Okay, so we need to go through every single one of these guys. And what we'll need to do is for every one of them, we're going to remove the class record. Alright, now what we need to do is check our object. So if is greater than or equal to our best, Alright, if it is a record, we'll add that in there. And we need our, get name for condition. Okay, so if we've got that, basically what we need to do is we need to set our stuff to what we have for our record. Alright, so it's going to be like stat name is going to be our stat name. Let's go to our gameplay. Let's go to our mission completion. We're going to need our best stat, our best duration. We're going to need our cur stat and cur duration. And we're going to need our where is that get random on the condition? Condition value dot get random, yeah. Let's just cut that off to 2 decimal places. So get our ranked condition and all that stuff. So we should have that working. We failed. Why did we fail? UBS, it's EBS, right? No, it is UBS. Condition value is what it is, maybe. Yeah, condition value. Alright, so we have record and then new record. Okay, so it needs to be record on all these. Alright, so rank stat name, we need to get that. And then rank stat value. It's not getting set to anything. Alright, so this is line 482. Alright, yeah, okay, so it's 210 is screwed up. Alright, so these guys here need to be, what if we made them like 10%? Yeah. So we went from 28 to 10, so we got 18 times 2. So we have 36 divided by 2 is 18. So plus 15, so we should have 33 on the left and right. And we need to know if our stuff is accuracy, I believe. Get value for stat, get name for stat, get name for condition. So we need win-loss and alright, so utils.prototype.get is percentage stat or condition. Return false. Otherwise, we'll do something else here. So win, lose, own goal, assists. None of these. It's going to be win-loss, accuracy, so we'll get our percentage matches, player kicks, wins, ball pounds, accuracy 60. Accuracy 100%. 71, 88, win streak, obstacles. Alright, cool. So we got that hooked up. Alright, so we have all of our data structures, I believe, actually hooked up here. So our UI for these things is like that's our screens. That's our post mission screen, our post stage screen, and everything else there. The other screens we have are all in-game screens that we'll have to put together. All right. Well, I'll be right back, and I'll continue work on it.